Yes, my name's Taryn. We are at the barbecue festival tonight. We are judging, if they don't fly away, we're judging the salsa and the wings tonight. So far, the salsa has been quite interesting. You've got a completely different taste of everything. There's a sweet heat. There's all kind of different flavors. So far, it's really going good. I'm liking it.
Excuse me, now you're up. Paul, introduce yourself and where we are tonight.
My name is John Hill. I'm at the barbecue cook-off here in Tupelo, Mississippi. And this is my wife over here. Can I show can we do it? Well, this is Emily Hill and my wife, Catherine. Elizabeth. Kevin. We checked the salsas out. Very different kind of salsas here. It's very scientific.
Did you have one you like?
Yes, I preferred the first one. My friend here kind of favored the third one that we tasted, I saw. But I also, if you look here, bring the camera in, zoom in on this. We've spilled a little bit. So,
I'm Clay Crumpke. I'm here at the Don't Be Cruel Barbecue Duel, and I like number 5. It's a spicy buffalo. I could tell it's a good flavor. It's my favorite thus far.
Okay. Over here.
Yeah, I kind of like number 3 the best. I had a couple that were very similar, but I like the taste, flavor, tenderness. It was all terrific. I'm Tom Booth from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Hello, this is Alan Harris from Tupelo. Number 4 and 5 was real close, but I'm a kind of spicy guy, so I like number 5. Tastes real good and real hot, and it's real good.
My name's Tammy Roberts from Tupelo, Mississippi. I just ate one that almost burned my taste buds off. My favorite's going to have to be number 2. Very good.
Brian Roberts, Tupelo. I'm going to go with definitely number 4. Good. All real good.
All right. Go back this way.
Anthony Patton, Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm not a big fan of the hot, spicy. I like the more smoky, so I went with number 3, but there were some close seconds.
Hey, I'm Mary Patton from Tupelo, and I like number 3. It's not as hot as the other ones, and I just love the look of it, too, when I saw it. It caught my eye before any of the other ones did.
I'm Jason Carty. This is Michael Duzick. We're from the Opry Backstage Grill from Nashville, Tennessee. Our KCBS barbecue team is the Opry Backstage Grillers. We've been competing for 2 years now. We try to do 5 to 6 competitions per year. This is our first one this year. We were here last year in Tupelo, Mississippi. Did fairly well. Getting out on this barbecue circuit to promote the restaurant and to show folks what barbecue should be like, especially in a restaurant setting. Michael and I both are very inspired by Southern traditions and things that we came up with growing up. Especially with me, my grandfather taught me basically how to smoke pork and ribs and everything. So at a young age, I had a pretty decent understanding of what it was and what it takes. But being in the competition, this is a total new level. And Michael and I are proud to be here and proud to represent our team and our restaurant. Nashville, Tennessee, right across from the Opry Land Hotel.
Hey, we're Fire Dancer Barbecue from Bryan, Arkansas, right outside of Little Rock. It's our second year cooking. Cooked about 30 contests last year. On track to cook about 25 this year. She cooks in Kids Q. Talk about Kids Q.
And I did the American Royal Kids Q last year, and I got second overall. And that was my third Kids Q.
And from now on, she cooks all the steaks at home. Third time cooking, and she got second at the Royal. So we're on track again to cook about 25 this year here in Tupelo. Great contest. These guys, second year, we were here last year, really do a great job. We enjoy ourselves. It's just growing and has a lot of potential. Last year we finished about 45th. We did finish 45th in the nation, shooting for that top 20 this year. So Fire Dancer Barbecue, we're coming after you.
My name is Gautam Ramdas. This is the Universal Asset Management Barbecue Pit Crew team. We just started doing this. I think this is our second time this year, if I'm not mistaken. We put this pit together completely from scratch. It was built from all sheet metal, and it's got an aviation theme to it. As you can tell, we've got some window panels just to suggest the kind of business that we're in. We are an aircraft disassembly company, and we disassemble airplanes, so this is kind of a fitting theme for us. We're actually this pit is brand spanking new. It's put together a couple of weeks ago by our team of disassembly experts. We're grilling ribs, briskets, Boston butts. We've done some chicken wings. We enjoy doing this because a lot of our people who work on the team are also a big fan of barbecuing. So we figured it's a great time for everybody to come out here, bring the company team out here, bring the crew, make some good old Southern barbecue. We enjoy it. It's my first time doing this. I love it. It's a whole different experience. I think I'd love to do it more. We hope to be doing this more in the next couple of coming months. I think we're going to be at Memphis in May, so we hope everybody can join us. It'll be a great time. A lot of good food.
Okay, hi, I'm Don Simpson, and this is Team InnoServe. We're out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mike Hayes and myself are the two members of the team. InnoServe is our sponsor. They're located in Tulsa. And we cooked the KCBS circuit. Last year we ran about 37,000 miles, cooked 31 contests. We love to cook, we love to travel, so we get to do both in this hobby of ours. We've had a little success, we've met a lot of people, and we're down in Tupelo, Mississippi this weekend. First time we've cooked in Tupelo. Love it. Great city, great climate. Looks like it's going to be a full field, 100 teams. So a lot of competition here this week, but that's good for the sport. Mike and I started, I've been at it, this is my 5th year that I've cooked, and Mike, I think, is about his 7th year that he's cooked. We teamed up in '09 and formed a team, and then we've been together ever since. We've cooked, I think last year we was in 18 states we cooked in, and this year we're probably going to be close to that again. So we go west coast to east coast, south, north. We love it, love every bit of it. And the best part about these contests that I see is the camaraderie among the cooks. There's a lot of camaraderie among us. We're a close community. We see each other a lot on the circuit. And so you make friends, and you might not see them but twice a year, but they're always your friends, and you keep in touch with them. And that's what's really good about this barbecue sport. I love it.
excellent assortment of chicken, quite a bit of heat today in several of them, but a lot of them balanced it with a nice sweetness to their sauce. All the meats were very, very tender today and nice presentation.
Look at this here. I'm holding number 3 and the last 2, 6 and 7. Them 3 are pretty good.
Okay. The very best one was this one right here, would be the third one. It was very, very good. These last ones here, they had a good bit of heat, especially this one had a lot of heat in it. And this one was rather dry. I didn't like that part about it. And this one was kind of tough, a little bit tough. And so other than that, but really the third one was by far the very best one. The popcorn or the lollipop chicken was actually quite good also, as was the leg.
Table captain, back cleanup. Did the judges agree or disagree?
The judges agreed basically on all of them. Number 3 to me was the best one. Number 1 looked great, tenderness great, but bit into a mouthful of seasoning. So it kind of got knocked down. And for the most part, they were all pretty good, and everybody was about the same on everything.
The first one was a favorite. It just had the right taste and texture. The least favorite was the last one, which I did not like the flavor at all.
The first one was my least favorite, and the last one was my favorite. Both of them, the first one lacked any real flavors of substance. You could taste the seasonings, but not the pork. The last, you could taste the pork, and the seasonings was good. However, it was a little tough.
Well, I agree. I thought the last one was very tough. I couldn't pull the meat off the bone. I was tugging on it, still couldn't get it off. My favorite was the third one. I'm sorry, the fourth one.
Okay. Appearance-wise, they all pretty well knocked it out of the park. First one was very tender. Taste was very good. Third one was also very tender. All had good taste. Last one was a little tougher than I expected.
All right, get our hands out of the way.
All 39. Okay. Hi. The fourth dish was, I thought, the best dish. It tasted like pork, and it was cooked perfectly. And the last 2, I did not like at all. They were overcooked.
Do I have to?
The first one was cooked well. It was moist and tender. Taste left a little to be desired, but other than that, it was the best of all 6.
I thought they were all very well cooked. The tenderness was very good. Some of the entries didn't have a lot of taste, so I graded them lower on the taste.
All 6 presented well. The tenderness varied from one extreme to the other, but overall a good sampling.
This number 1 was probably my best one. It had good smoke flavor to it, good and sweet. I like it sweet, good and tender. This one was a little bit too sweet right here. Number 2 was a little bit too sweet. Number 3 had, it was just too much salt. They used a whole lot of salt on this one right here. This one, next one was pretty good. It had just a little hint of something that I couldn't pick up. I don't know what it was. It might have stayed a little bit funky, but this one here had a little bit too much maple syrup on it. They used maple syrup on the glaze here. And this last one was a good one. It probably came in number 2nd, but it was fair.
Everybody's got an opinion.
My favorite was number 1, and I would say my least favorite was the number 6. and not a lot of them had much taste at all. Not compared to what we just did with the ribs. So.
No, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Number 1 was the burnt end was very good. The brisket itself was a little bit dry. Number 2 was juicy and had a good texture and flavor. Number 3 was tough to pull apart. The burnt end was dried out as well as the slice of brisket. Number 4 was pretty good. The burnt end was pretty good on it. Number 5 was decent, not much flavor there. Number 6 was big and thick and hearty looking, and you should have just been able to sink your teeth in, and wrong. It's not, flavor was not good at all. Number 7 was dry as a boot.
All right.
Well, I found the first entry extremely good, very tender, very moist, a lot of good flavor. I found the third one extremely tough and tasteless. Just didn't have very much flavor at all. The others were all pretty much the same, all reasonably well cooked and good flavor.
Okay.
I think I pretty much echo everything I heard Sandy say and most of what Don said. I also felt that the first selection was pretty darn exceptional across the board. The second one, Don didn't specifically mention, but I found it to be tremendously tender. And I thought it had a nice beefy flavor to it, a little hint of salt, which is okay with me. That might turn off some judges. Like Sandy, a little too much salt for Sandy. The other, I totally agree with their comments on 3. It was extremely difficult to pull apart. Matter of fact, I almost hit the 2 people next to me with my fist trying to pull it apart. It was just very tough and tasteless. The other one that really struck me too was the last one. Not so much the tenderness, but the taste profile. It had to me, it had a very robust, beefy flavor to it, and I like that in the brisket. And the others were all very good, which is unusual for brisket to get. And really everything we were served today that was submitted by the cooks, I thought was pretty well consistently good, very good to exceptional across the board. It's amazing that we heard there were so many new cooks here at this particular contest, and you would have never guessed that being a judge. They nailed it. There was some exceptional food being cooked out there today.
Can't be good till you talk about it.
I have to agree with all my esteemed colleagues. Everything was very good today. Brisket, like they said, some was a little tough. It's hard to cook. The cooks did a great job. The whole setup was just an excellent, excellent job for both the participants and the lucky people like us who get to taste all their hard work.
What do you want us to talk about? Oh man, that's hard. I think between 1 and 2 is probably my favorite. I think number 2 edged it out just a little bit better depth of flavor. Tenderness was just dead on, and it had a good bit of moisture. Worst was number 3. It was like trying to eat a Stretch Armstrong. I could not pull that thing apart. It was tough. Yeah, it wasn't all that. Yeah. But I think overall the brisket category was pretty good today for us anyway.
I concur with him. 1 and 2 were the best. 3 was really tough. We couldn't pull it apart.